Hey there, real quick before we begin, you're about to watch a live stream, which means you're really kind of behind the scenes here because these lessons are usually watched in the archives, but you're here for the live taping of them. So if we mess up really bad, we're probably going to chop that out, but you're going to get to see all of our bloopers and mistakes. We'll also chop this off, so no one is going to see this part of the lesson but you. And because you're behind the scenes, you're probably going to ignore my instructions when I say, like, pause the video and go practice or whatever. You can if you want. It's just that everyone in the chat room then will be in different places in the video. That's fine. When you want to join us live again, go down to the bottom of the video, click on the live button, and that should take you straight to where we actually are now. So now here comes the part for everybody else. I'm really glad you're with us. The archives are fine, but my favorite is talking to you live. So see you in the chat room. Welcome back to KidsLearnPianoLive.com. My name is Jamin, and as you can tell from the countdown clock here, the lesson is about to begin. If this is your first time playing piano, welcome. I'm very excited for you. You're going to do great. Hopefully you already received from us the welcome packet in the mail, and maybe you even got started on the Absolute Beginners video pack to teach you the names of the notes and things like that. But if not, that's fine. You'll do great. I'll show you how to play all the notes. And if I'm going too fast for you, you can always pause the video or rewind it and go for the more difficult parts. You can always pause the video or rewind it and go for the more difficult parts. And even if you only learn a little bit of this song and you don't learn the whole thing, you'll still learn enough to help you build skills so you can learn other songs faster in the future. So jump in, give it a try. You're bound to end up at least a little bit better than you even are right now. Throughout the lesson, I may refer to Klopple Academy, and you can check out that link on the website if you want. Basically, it's a program that takes you all the way from learning the names of the notes, the very beginning, through 12 levels of classical and jazz music, through all the skills that you would need to become a professional pianist. So you would learn all the same stuff that you would learn if you're taking regular traditional piano lessons, probably plus a little bit more, but it takes about 5 to 10 years to complete. So you can just try out the first level, see if it's the kind of thing that you like, or if you just care about today's lesson and learning this song, then just ignore all those references and focus on today's lesson. If you're watching this at LearnPianoLive.com, there should be a PDF and an MP3 button right next to this video. The MP3 is a play-along track that you can use to practice more after the lesson, but a lot of students like to print out the PDF right now so they have it during the lesson. Careful, it could be up to like 30 pages, so just find the couple pages that you want and print those out. If you decide not to, that's fine. I'll show you all of the notes on screen as we go through it. And we will be going through 5 different levels of this song that all use the same play-along track. So even if you've never played piano before, you'll still be able to do level 1. And then as we go through level 2, 3, 4, and 5, then when we use that same play-along track, you just keep playing your same version. If you're watching this lesson in the archives and you have a question during the lesson, then feel free to click on that survey button. And at the end of the survey, there's a place for you to ask your question, and I will do my best to get back to you with the answer to that question. But if you're with us live as we're recording this today, then feel free to click on that chat button, and you can talk with all the other students who are logged in during the live lesson. And if you have a question about the lesson, then you can just go ahead and type that into the box that says, Ask Jamin a Question, and we will do our best to answer that question live in the lesson. All right, I think that's the end of the boring stuff. I'm ready to learn a song. Stay tuned at the end of the lesson and I'll show you how to win more points and earn more prizes next week. But for right now, let's get this party started. Welcome back to KidsLearnPianoLive.com. My name is Jamin, and this is the incomparable Kendra.
Guess what? I actually learned this song on the violin in like 4th grade. Back in the good old days when
that was forever ago for you.
Forever ago. Well, I mean, it feels like it. But
it seems weird that my beak mouth is up here.
Well,
isn't that the way that a duck would be?
Well, do ducks have like noses?
Sure, that's how it should be.
Oh, yes. Please
COVID
teach
mask.
the lesson
Okay.
like that.
I thought you just meant in general.
No.
Please get on with teaching the lesson. This is boring. Okay. You and Kloppo both. All right. We'll get on with teaching the lesson. Oh, hey, buddy. I know. I'm getting on with it. Okay, so let's get into this thing. At full speed, this song is eventually going to sound like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Go, tell, and roll, D. Go, tell, and roll, D. Go, tell, and roll, D. Her old gray goose is dead. Yeah, okay. So that's not how fast we're going to play it together, but that's what it's going to sound like eventually, just in case you've never heard the song before. To get started, we need to find an E. And in order to find an E, we're going to take any group of 2 black notes, like those ones right there. You just don't want to use a group of 3. As long as you use a group of 2 black notes, like those ones, you'll be fine. Use the note that's on the right. So this one right here, that's just below an E. That's called an E flat. Don't worry about that. That one right there, we're going to drag it up slightly and land on an E. We'll land on an E every single time. As long as we used a group of 2 and we took the top note and dragged it up a little bit, we would land on an E. So go ahead and play that one right there and then say out loud the word go. So you'd go like this, go. And as you can tell, the next note's also going to be an E while you say the word tell. So the first thing you want to try is go, tell. And then we're going to go slightly down. And on the piano, down means to the left. So you'd go 1 note down. We'd end up landing on a D. And we'd say out loud the word aunt. So we would play go, tell, aunt. We're going to throw in 2 more notes before we try it with the track. Those 2 notes are going to be the same note. 1 note down from a D would be a C. And we're going to play 2 of them while we say ro for the first C and D for the second C. So all together, that would be go, tell, and row, D. And when you play it along with your track, then it'll sound like this. Actually, go ahead and practice that up. If you're in the archives, then pause the video right now and practice until you get that one phrase down. If you're live with us, just get all the notes that you can. Maybe just the first couple E's there. Let's try this all together. Go 1, 2, and a 1, 2, 3, go. Go, tell, and row, D. Cool. So if you got that much, then we're going to try it going up from that C to that D that we played a second ago. And we're going to play that while we say go and also tell. So we'll play go, tell. Now here's the first time we're going to have to skip in this song. We're going to go from this note, not to the next note over, but to the one after that. And we're going to play an F right there for the word aunt. And then we just go straight down to that C. So F, and E, and D, and C. All of those, all in a row. That's aunt, row, O, D. So far we've used these 4 notes, a C, and a D, and an E, and an F. It's about time to use the highest note of the song, a G. And that's where we start on the last line here. We're going to play 2 G's in a row. So we're going to play that one and say go, and play it again and say tell. We're going to go down 1 note for aunt. And if at this point you're feeling, whoa, hang on, I don't have all those notes done yet, that's perfectly fine. You can always come back to the video and rewind it and watch this section again. But I'm just going to go through it so you can have all the notes. It's going to be a G for go, tell, then an F for aunt, and then an E for row, then another E for D, and then another E for her. So we got 3 E's in a row. Row, D, her. And here's the trickiest part of the whole song. This last line right here. This is D. We're going to have to play a D and then skip up to an F. But the good news is we've already played this thing earlier in the song when we played Tell Aunt Rhody. But now the words are going to be Old Gray Goose is dead. So it's going to go Old Gray Goose is dead, which is the same notes as Tell Aunt Rhody. So those 2 sections are the trickiest sections of the song. But the good news is once you learn that section, then you already know it for the other time you have to use it. So let's try to sing one more time from the top, and we'll try to get all the notes that we can, but don't worry about the ones that you miss. On your mark, get set. 1, and a 2, and a 1, 2, ready, go. Go, tell, and row, D. Go, tell, and row, O, D.
you just hang on there and see it again? I know, buddy. We'll go faster. You know who probably already has this song down because she's just crazy good at piano and she's learning these songs really quickly and covering her own songs is Lily Mae. Check out this cover.
Hello, I am going to be playing Phenomena.
And if you've been to Lily Mae's YouTube channel, you know that's not Lily Mae. Oops, Lily Mae is going to be next week's featured video. That was Catherine S. Great job, Catherine S. You are also very good at this and learn these songs very quickly. Kendra, would you tell us about our weekly activity?
This week is note value dice, and you just cut out the dice and tape them together so you can test yourself on the note values. And tag Learn Piano Live when you post a picture on Facebook or Instagram for 150 bonus points from our mascot penguin Klopple.
Honestly, I like any of the ones that have the dice in them. Those are pretty cool. Well, let's play a game this week. It's Diminished or Augmented. And this one is kind of a tricky one. This is probably the one that most people get wrong. So if you can't quite get all these chords, that's all right. You keep playing. Eventually, you'll get better at it. But I'm going to play you 2 chords. And Kendra, you can jump in for this one, too. This one's tricky even for Kendra. There's 2 types of chords that both sound pretty weird. I don't think you even get into these types of chords until like Klopple Academy level 4 or 5. They're called diminished and augmented. So let me play you first the diminished chord. It sounds like this. And the only way that I can describe this one is it sounds weird and it sounds to me like it wants to like cave in. Like this one right here sounds like it wants to resolve in like by collapsing in. Like every diminished chord, no matter where I play it. It sounds like it wants to collapse into me. But it doesn't feel that way to everybody. For some people, it sounds just like an augmented chord, which sounds like this. And that one, like, I don't know where that one wants to go. I don't know. It's just weird on its own. So for me, if it just sounds weird on its own, that's going to be an augmented chord. And if it's a weird chord, and it sounds like it wants to collapse in, then it sounds like a diminished chord. But your goal is going to be to try to guess which one of the 2 that I play, the first one or the second one, is the diminished chord. Which one feels like it wants to collapse in. Kendra, you can jump in with us on this one. I'm going to play this one right here, and you tell me, try to get it right before Kendra does. This chord, I'm going to play you 2 chords. This one right here. And this chord right here. Did one of those feel like they wanted to collapse
What?
in? Yeah, I know.
This game is so hard.
I know, right? So one of those was diminished, one was augmented. This one. And this one. Did one of those sound like it wanted to collapse in or sound diminished, or did one of those sound augmented?
Can you play them again?
Yes.
Thank you.
It's that weird. Even Kendra's like, I don't know. So this one right here. Does that one sound like it wants to collapse in?
Kind of?
Okay, what about this one?
No.
No. So the first one was the diminished
Okay.
chord. This one right here should kind of sound like it wants to collapse into there. Yeah, that's crazy. Maybe we'll just do 1 chord this time. You tell me if this one right here is diminished or augmented. What do you think of that one right there? Guessing at home. Try to get it right before Kendra does. What do you think?
Augmented?
It is augmented.
Oh,
yeah,
okay, great.
Okay.
We're getting somewhere.
Let's do 1 more. This one right here. Guessing at home. What do you think? Diminished or augmented? Kendra?
Diminished?
Yeah, because if we listen.
I wasn't sure at all.
Yeah, it could collapse in. So one more time. This one could collapse in like that. So that's diminished and augmented. Of course, we'll be playing this one more in the future. So if that was tough, just stick around because it'll get easier. I promise. But diminished and augmented, that one's pretty weird. Let's do some mailbag.
If you'd like to win an extra 750 points by being the mailbag winner, just fill out the survey at the end of the lesson or send us a message anytime during the week using the contact button at the top of the page.
This week is from BB Gardner, who says, Dear Jamin, what is your favorite song? Okay, so my favorite song is always the song that I'm working on at the moment, until that song is my least favorite song because I've been working on it for so long. So right now, my least favorite song is Bud Powell's solo on Celia. It looks like that, and I hate it stinking guts. But it was my favorite one for a long time. So that's the one I'm working on currently. But also, just in general, like there's two songs that I always keep coming back to, and you hear them in the jam all the time. One is what Macy Gray's, what is it? What is it? Oh,
Try?
I Try? Yes, I Tried.
Yes.
That one by Macy Gray.
We do that one a lot.
Yeah, all the time. And then the other one is 5,600 minutes. I don't know what the name of the song is, but Seasons of Love, I guess, is the name of it. Yeah, hey, I did know the name of a song. Yay for me. So those two songs are probably my two favorites. But the most important question is, what is your favorite song? Because I want to make sure that if we haven't done it yet in Kids Learn Piano Live, that we do your favorite songs. So send me whatever your favorite songs are. We'll put them on the list because we've already got songs scheduled out to like next March or something. So, but we'll get it on the list. We'll get it in as soon as we possibly can. Send me what your favorite songs are, and let's do a little bit of secret information.
Secret information.
And this week's secret information is, let's see here, in our top secret folder. This is the first time this has ever happened. This week's secret information about this song is the same profile as last week's secret information because the songs are so similar. This is crazy. Let's review. Last week, we said that 5-finger patterns are usually easier songs to play and to sing. And this song right here, if you would throw in the notes here, you'll see that you can play this entire song with just 5 fingers. So if you use your hand position that we suggest on the PDF, you could do the whole entire thing with 5 fingers. Go tell Aunt Rhody, go tell Aunt Rhody, go tell Aunt Rhody. You play the whole entire thing with 5 fingers. That's pretty cool. And the other one that we talked about last week is this song just has 2 chords in it, just like last week's song. It's just a C and a G, and those are the 2 most common chords in the entire universe, a C and a G. So we got a C and a G in this one, and you can play this one with 5 fingers, just like we talked about the 5-finger patterns last week. That's crazy. Let's find out if it's crazy that you won the raffle. Way to go, Jones Bands. Let us know what prize it is that you want, and everybody else, let's level up.
Transitioning to Level 2. This may be confusing to Level 1 students, so please continue to practice the Level 1 version, or visit learnpianolive.com/level 2 for a detailed explanation on how to level up.
So sadly, the lesson preview has come to an end, and it's time to say goodbye to everyone watching the free streams. Of course, paying subscribers at learnpianolive.com can continue watching this lesson and several hundred others like it in the archives. So come on over and check us out, and if you like what you saw, at least like and subscribe, and then tell your friends to head on over to learnpianolive.com to start enjoying this journey with us.